Hello lovely Flosstube friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, also known as Cross Stitch Bunny, here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Today is the 15th of October. This is my mid-month update for October, being filmed right on time. So today I will be sharing with you all the stitching that I've done from October 1st through to today. That will include 4 whips, so 4 projects to share with you. 2 of them are whips from my whip pile that are ongoing projects. One is a finish, so I am very happy. I feel like I have not shared a finish with you for quite some time, so that is really exciting. And the last whip I have to share with you is also a finish, but I cannot claim full credit. So I recently took part in a bit of a round robin / secret stitch where I was stitching something with a group of other ladies to give as a gift. So I've got photographs of that because I was the last person to stitch on it. It has already been gifted and I checked with the recipient if I could show some pictures and she said yes. So those are the things that I have to share with you stitchy wise today. I also have a little bit of haul, some retreat plans to share with you. I've got my Black Needle Society unboxing that I will do right at the end after all my other haul and chat. So we will start with whip number 1 for the day. This is my Variety of Life by Bothy threads. It comes as a kit, so with all the kit fabric, obviously pattern, all the threads, so I'm using everything that came with the kit. And this is how it is currently looking. So I had already finished the owl last time you saw this and I had moved on to the sparrow here. My intention was to stitch one bird at a time, but you will notice that I've left my sparrow headless and incomplete and I've started here on what will be the robin. The reason for that is because I took this with me for Tan's Stitchy birthday day, which I attended at the beginning of the month. Had a lovely day, like 25-30 lovely ladies in a room, all stitching, all chatting for a morning and afternoon. We got very well fed with a lovely lunch. I travelled there with Rosie from Rosie X Stitchers. She drove to my house because I'm sort of halfway between her home and the stitchy venue, so she drove to mine and then we commuted the rest of the way together just so it would be easier for us to park, and also it's just nice to have company in the car. Rosie and I originally started this together as a sal, so we both took it along with us to the stitchy day to work on. We did both pull it out. I think I might have a picture of both of us stitching on it at the stitchy day. If I do, I will pop it on the screen now. If you don't see a picture on the screen, it's because I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure I took a photo just when we were leaving the retreat of both our projects together. I've lost my train of thought. Yes, so we were at the stitchy day, and the reason I started on the robin instead of continuing with my sparrow is because I arrived at the stitchy day, set up all my stuff, got my iPad out because I mark everything digitally, and when I pulled open my Exodo with this pattern on it, all my marking for the sparrow was completely missing. So I was not very happy and I spent a few minutes trying to remark what I'd done, but because a lot of it is very confetti and yes, I just wasn't sure exactly where I was with it, and rather than stress myself out at the stitchy day trying to fix the problem, I thought I'll just start a new bird from scratch and I will come back to this later. However, since coming home, I haven't worked on this again, but I did go back onto my Exodo and realised I hadn't lost my sparrow stitchy progress at all. What I had done is my original copy of the design where I had taken a photograph of the entire chart to put into Exodo. I'd done the owl from that, but because that was a photo of the whole pattern, and so I had to be quite far away to stitch it and to photograph it and get the whole pattern in the picture. When I'd finished the owl, which is the largest bird, I had decided to take a photograph just of this section of the pattern so that it was bigger, clearer, a closer photograph, easier for me to mark it off. And when I'd gone into Exodo at the little retreat day, I had forgotten that I had started working on a different copy of the pattern on my Exodo, so I haven't lost my progress at all. It's all still there. I just had the wrong document open. So that is good, but I've made a start on my robin. Now that I've found my correct save file, I am probably going to continue with the sparrow because there's not an awful lot left to do on that. So I will get this finished. It's just the head. There will be a little bit of back stitch. Then I will continue with my robin. So yes, this is 16 count Ada that I'm stitching on in this kit. And if I get a little bit closer, hopefully you can see some of the little Wrendale speckles on the fabric. So yes, whip number 1, Variety of Life. My next whip to share with you. I am super happy to say I have just hit 75% progress on this, I think. So this is my Koi Dragon or Dragon Koi by Nadezdha Gavrilenkova. I have been working on this really hard. It is a lot of stitches. I think the entire design has around 26,500 stitches or thereabouts. That is not taking into account the back stitch, of which there is also quite a lot. That is just the cross stitch. And I have been chipping away at this furiously. I have worked on this more than anything else. So this is how my Koi Dragon is currently looking. Just make sure I've not got it upside down. I haven't. It is dragony enough now that I don't make the mistake of holding it upside down. So yes, this is how we're looking. I have made a lot of progress since you saw it, several thousand stitches. Most of them are in this section here. So I've done a lot of the white, grey and black here. In the middle here, don't think any of this bit here of the wing was done last time you saw it. I filled in a lot of little gaps that were lying around on this part. I've then moved up to the top, done some more work up here, filling in more gaps. Yes, this has grown. This has definitely grown since you last saw it, so I am extremely pleased with this. I just love the colours. I am stitching this on 14 count black Ada, which is a dust and fluff magnet, and it is being stitched with all CXC threads, I believe. I think I started this before I started using Royal Broidery, so fairly confident that this is all being stitched in CXC, but it's absolutely wonderful, this design. I love it, and I cannot wait to start on the back stitch. So yes, lovely, lovely dragon. I really would like to finish this within the year of the dragon. So I did have a new start for New Year of my Sapphire Dragon by a different designer. And that was my New Year start for Year of the Dragon. But I already had this dragon on the go, and my Sapphire Dragon is probably a similar number of stitches, but obviously I've only just started it at the beginning of this year and I've not put many hours into it. This dragon is much closer to a finish because I started it several years ago, and I would really like a dragon finish before the next Chinese New Year cycle. So I'm hoping that I will be able to share that as a finish before the end of December, but we will see. I have been putting quite a lot of stitches into it. If I show you really quickly my sort of little scribbly stitchy record, you will also see I have stitched every single day this month. Every single day I have stitched on something, and I did stitch yesterday on the 14th, but I've just not added it in. But I did 2 hours on my dragon yesterday. But yeah, quite pleased with that. Look, so much stitching going on. Very happy with that because last month was a terrible stitchy month, so October has gotten off to a much better start. What else have I got to show you? I may as well consult my notes while I'm here. Yes, so the last whip that I've got to share with you that's like a personal whip is my Summer House Stitchworks seasonal piece. I have been stitching on spring. Winter was already completed some time ago, but we do now have a spring finish. I will show you spring first and then I will unfold the whole thing to show you both. But here it is. So my Spring Awakens is now completely finished. I'm very happy with this. Lovely design, and if I open it out fully, that is where we are at the moment. Sorry for the barking dogs, we've not had that for a while when I've done my floss tube. but they are being vocal today. We will press on. So yes, I've got winter there and I've got spring. Like I said, spring is my most recent finish, and there is space on here for summer up top, and autumn will go down at the bottom. So all four will be on this one piece of fabric when it's finished. This is being stitched on stone washed even weave from my own Stitch Bunny shop. Pretty sure it's a 32 count. Could be 28, but I think it's a 32. I do love this fabric. It's just like a very neutral mottle, very nice. White but not. I like it. So that is that, and this is being stitched in Royal Broidery. I had made the switch by the time I started working on this. So yay for a finish. Very excited about that. Fourth project to share with you is the lovely gift stitch that I was working on. So quite a number of months ago, myself and a group of, I think there were 8 or 9 of us in total, a group of ladies organised by Tan, who is very organised. She got us all organised to stitch on a birth sampler for our lovely friend Rosie, who is expecting. And obviously these things take a bit of time, so we started well in advance, and the project that we picked was a jungle themed birth sampler. So it has been passed around, we've all been stitching and doing our part. It came to me last, and it was quite funny. This arrived to me in the post on a Friday afternoon at about 2 o'clock or 2:30. And the following day, on the Saturday, I was due to see the recipient of this gift, lovely Rosie, because she was coming to my house to travel to Tan's Stitchy birthday day. So when it arrived at 2:30, I couldn't put it on my stand and start stitching with it because it was very close to me having to do the school run, get the kids. However, on Friday, it is their grandma night, and they do go to grandma's straight from school. I drop them off and they stay there until about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then they come home for bed. So I got it out as soon as I dropped them off at grandma's, and I furiously stitched and stitched and stitched. And I had a little break to have dinner, had no time to cook, too much stitching to do, so we grabbed a takeaway and I stitched on this for the whole of the Friday night until my eyes were bleeding, and I was very, very tired. But I got it finished, and I was also having to really use my brain because I was stitching the wrong way to the way that I usually stitch. So when I got the birth sampler out and I looked at everyone else's stitching, everyone was stitching obviously with like the bottom and the top legs going a certain way. My natural way of stitching is stitching the opposite way. I think I stitched the opposite way to the majority of people. My bottom leg when I stitch goes from top left to bottom right, and then my top leg goes from top right to bottom left. I think most people that I come across stitch the other way around. Their legs are the other way around. So I was really having to concentrate, and I did have to frog a couple of times because my brain had just slipped back into my usual method, especially because I was trying to go quickly. But I got it done. I saved the ironing for the morning. I ironed it in the morning, and then myself and I think at least 3 or 4 other ladies that had stitched on the project, we were all at Tan's Stitchy Day. So we were able to gift it to Rosie while we were there, and like sharing her excitement of opening it. So that was really lovely, and happy to report that she really liked it, and it matches the theme of her nursery, the jungle theme, which is why we picked it. So yes, she was very happy, and you'll notice on the picture that I've put in for you to see, we did actually leave all the birth details blank. So this isn't a framed piece, it's not fully finished. We are gifting it incomplete. So we've done all of the animal stitching and the foliage, but we thought it would be really lovely if Rosie also stitched on it. So we have left the name, date of birth and birth weight details for Rosie to stitch, so that once it goes up on a wall, she has contributed to it as well. and we've not just stitched the whole thing for her, but at the same time we've done all of the border and all the sort of very time consuming bits around the edge, so she can just enjoy sticking her details in and get it on display. So yes, that was project number 4. What else do we have to share today? Some haul. So I've got some new little bits. I will show you this lovely pattern first, which I am in love with. I was looking for something to stitch for one of my friends who has just moved into a new home with her 2 girls after a divorce, and I was looking at loads of different options. I found a couple of patterns that I really liked, but I was struggling to be able to get hold of them in the UK, and then I stumbled across this. My friend is an avid reader, and also like a massive Harry Potter fan, so this is not in any way a Harry Potter pattern, but obviously Harry Potter magic, and she loved books. So I saw this and I was like, could it be any more perfect? Books are magic, and it's lovely and it's colourful, and I absolutely adore it. This is a beautiful pattern. It is called Boxar Magic, as you might expect, and it's by Counting Puddles. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. This is all going to be stitched in DMC colours, although I will probably use Royal Broidery equivalents. I'm not going to show you inside, but when I'm just looking at it, it is a full colour pattern, just for your reference. That is not actually my preference. I prefer a black and white chart, but it is what it is. It is a colour pattern, and I'm sure that I will manage. Yeah, so lovely pattern. Since I bought this, I have found a few other patterns that she would like, and I don't want to stitch too many things to entirely fill her new house with cross stitch. So I am going to have to pick one, but I think it probably will be this one. However, I love this so much that if I stitch it for her, I'm going to have to stitch it twice because I want it for myself as well. And I don't usually like stitching things twice. So yes, decisions to make, but no, I think I will stick with the plan and gift this. I need to stop hoarding all my stitching. I have a real problem gifting it away. It makes me, I don't know, makes me happy to give things to people, but it also makes me sad when I've stitched on something that I really love and then I no longer have it to look at. Yes, I need to be more generous with sharing my stitching once it's finished. But yes, lovely pattern there. The next bit of haul I've got is some lovely, lovely threads. So I am due to go to the Nobam retreat. It is this upcoming weekend, like the weekend of the 19th, the weekend of the 19th of October. So not too many days to go. I will be arriving on the Friday, hopefully bright and early. It is my intention that Adam will do the school run on Friday morning so that I can set off early, like before the school run needs to be done. So hopefully by the time Adam is driving the kids to school, I will be pulling onto the car park in Northampton ready for a lovely weekend. Myself and Teresa Little Stitcher, and a couple of other ladies, Susie, I think Susie as well. Is there anyone else? Definitely myself, Teresa and Susie. I'm not sure if Gina is joining us or not, but definitely the 3 of us have decided that we are going to have a new start at Nobam, and it is going to be this pattern. I will pop it on the screen. I have shown you the physical pattern copy of this way back when I bought it as like D-stash at a retreat. But the pattern is squirreled somewhere because I have already scanned it and got it onto my tablet, so I'll just pop it on the screen for you. This is Welcome to the North Pole. I think it's by Primrose. Is it by Primrose? I think so. You will see the designer because it is on the screen right now and I have a terrible memory. But we all have this pattern and we are all going to start it. So I still need to pull fabric for it, but I did look at the threads and they turned out to mostly be overdyes, most of which I did not have. I think I had 2 of them, and the rest of them I needed to purchase, and Teresa had been through her stash and she only had 1 of the overdyes that she needed. So because she's quite busy at the moment, I said I would just do the order for both of us and just combine the order and bring everything with me. So in my lovely Stitchy bobbin case, which was actually made by Susie, I have got all of my threads organised. I think I'll go this way, it might be easy for me. So in here I have got all my overdyes that have arrived. Some beautiful, beautiful colours, and there is a mix of classic colourworks, gentle arts and weeks dye works, and you can see that in Susie's bobbin files here they all fit. So even the gentle arts, which have quite large cards, they still fit in these bobbin holders, which is great. So I've got all of my colours here. I'm not going to bobbinate these because I never bobbinate my overdyes. And then on the other side of my file I've just got my DMCs. So I'm kitted up with all of the colours that I need, but I just wanted to show you how good these cases are for fitting in the overdyes, not just things on standard bobbins. However, I see that you can't see the colours very well. So I do have Teresa's set of threads here because I've put hers in the pocket so I can just give you a better look at all of these beautiful colours. Really, really nice. So we've got like a dark one here, black coffee. We've got a whole host of lovely greens. I think we've got like steamed broccoli, mistletoe, baby spinach, loads of lovely greens. I really love this one at the front, which is the really tealy, and I'm sure that I've used really tealy before in another project, but when I looked through my stash, I didn't seem to have any leftovers for it, so rebought that. Yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. We've got like Swiss chocolate, lovely browns. Oh, I love them. And then like we've got like a bit of a pinky red and a more reddy red, but yes, just beautiful, beautiful colours. Absolutely love them. And I cannot wait to start this at the retreat. I just need to pull some fabric. I did find the perfect fabric in my stash, a lovely piece of like Lagana fabric, and it is like a very pale, creamy, biscuity colour with lovely opalescent threads running through it. You know, it's Christmas, a bit of sparkle, and it's absolutely the perfect fabric, but it's 25 count, and I really was planning to stitch this on 32 count. I don't want to do it on 25 count over 1 because it will be tiny, but I'm not sure that I want to do it on the 25 count over 2 because then it will be bigger than I was hoping it would be. So I need to have a little think, and I need to think fast because I've only got a couple of days, and then I need to pack it in my bag ready to take with me. I think this afternoon I'm going to spend a little bit of time having a rummage through my fabric stash. Hopefully I can find something biscuity, pale and creamy with some sparkle, because that is what I really want to stitch it on. Hopefully I can find some in stash in the correct count. If I can't, then I'm going to have to floss toss on other options, or I'm just going to have to decide to stitch it on the 25 count I've already got, which is perfect, and just have a bigger project than I was planning. So we'll see. But yes, really excited for a retreat new start, and the fact that I have finished my Spring Awakens means that I am currently down to, let's check my notes, I think I'm currently down to 25. These are the wrong notes, Lauren. Looking at the wrong notes. I'm looking at last month's notes. Yes, so I started October, I was on 26 whips, I've had 1 finish. I'm currently on 25 whips, which does feel like a bit of a milestone, getting it to the 25. I don't really want to be back at 26, but I am not going to deprive myself of a new retreat start. So yes, I might get another finish before then. We never know. I have a week and I have my stitching bird very close to a finish. So I might try and finish that before the retreat arrives. Little whip go update for you. So I've got 2 FFO goals still being carried. My Spring Awakens needed an hour and 20 minutes of stitching on it to be able to tick off another carried goal for doing 5 hours on something seasonal. Obviously I did that in the process of finishing it. My 2 stitchy goals for October itself are 5 hours on a full coverage piece. I have not started that yet, so that goal is outstanding and hopefully will be completed in the last 2 weeks of the month. My other October goal is to stitch 5 hours on an animal themed whip, and for that I'm using Variety of Life. Birds are animals. So yes, I'm doing 5 hours on that, and so far in my little tally I have done 2 hours and 5 minutes. So I'm not quite halfway there, but I'm close. And you know, we are halfway through the month. And I've done like 25% of my whip go, so I'm a little bit behind, but I'm hoping to catch up. So that is all my little haul bits and all of my stitching. I hope that you have enjoyed having a look at all of that with me. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone that has shopped with me very recently. There has been a delay in posting things out, and I have been shoving little notes inside people's orders, along with a little bonus gift just saying I'm very sorry for the delay. The children decided last week at some point to spill water all over my laptop. So yes, I had to immediately switch the whole thing off. We had to like stand it up on its end. I was blowing air on it. And again, my keyboard was just completely ruined to the point where I could not type. Like when I was typing letters, it was just putting other letters in, and my laptop is password protected. So I was in this awful predicament of not even being able to type in my password to get any access to even open the thing. It was not good, but with a bit of patience and about 4 days of allowing my laptop to dry out, we had it like stood on end. We dried it out as much as we could, and then we had it stood on end in the bedroom, which is probably the warmest room in the house, our bedroom, and I had it very close to the radiator, just like above the radiator on the windowsill. And after 4 days, I tentatively switched it on and tried to press buttons, and it is now working again. But that is the reason for the delay, is I was completely locked out of my technology. And although I can view orders on my phone, my whole booking system for booking them in and address labels and all of that, it's all on the main laptop, so I cannot function without it. So if you have been waiting for an order, it has now been packaged. And thank you for your patience, and like I said, there will be like a little bonus gift when it arrives to you, because I'm really, really sorry for the delay. I also want to say another big thank you, which I intended to say in my last filming and it slipped my mind, and I'm so sorry. So a couple of episodes ago, I did let Daisy do a little Flosstube cameo, and I just wanted to feed back to you all how over the moon she was with every single one of your comments. She was overjoyed to have so many people offering her encouragement and commenting on the little unicorn that she made. Honestly, she was so happy. When Rosie turned up at my house for us to go to the Stitchy day, she said to Daisy, like, you're famous on Flosstube. And obviously, like, Daisy's little face, she just lit up. She was like to Rosie, you've seen me on your television. And Rosie was like, I did see you on the television, Daisy. So yes, huge thank you to everyone who took the time to put your needle down and just give Daisy some lovely comments and encouragement. It has, yeah, really lifted her spirits and made her feel super happy, especially because she's recently been having a little bit of a difficult time at school, which I won't go into, but let's just say that one unkind child can spoil things for what is overall a very lovely class. We will say no more, but yes, having all those lovely comments from all of you really cheered Daisy up, and she was super happy. So thank you to each and every one of you. I have read every single comment to her, and I've gone through with her and like hearted them as we've read them. We have not replied to every comment because with Daisy and her current level of spelling and writing, that would have taken us probably days and days and days to do, but she has seen and sat and read every comment with me. Jackie is barking on the other side of the door, and I'm very sorry. And yes, I can recognise my dogs via their bark, and it is Jackie who is being naughty today. We will ignore Jackie for a few more minutes, and let's have a look at my Black Needle Society box. This is the last thing that I am sharing with you today. So, the theme of this month's box is Gothic Romance. And I got a bit confused the last time I received a box. Like in the little leaflet, there is always a preview, and I thought that it was the preview of the next box coming up, but it's not. It's a preview of the next next box. So when this arrived and was Gothic Romance, I was so confused because I was expecting a nature themed box, which I had said how excited I was about, but I believe that's going to be the next one. Sorry if I confused anyone else. I did confuse myself, but anyway, this is the Gothic Romance. As always, there are some nice themed book recommendations on the back to suit the theme. There is a list here of everything that's in the box and a little bit of update and just general chit chat here from the Black Needle Society. Hello, Adam. Adam's in the room. You're going to get your hair cut. Adam's going to get his hair cut. You got your stuff?
See you later.
Can you tell Jackie to be quiet, please?
No.
Oh.
We won't do anything.
Yes, okay. Right, Adam's going to get his hair cut and let's look at my box. So, the first item, these are in no particular order, I'm just pulling them out. The first item is a pattern from Summer House Stitchworks. It will be very glary in the packet, so I will remove it. This is called Udolpho at Midnight by Summer House Stitchworks. And this is the pattern. Now, this is not a book I am familiar with, but it does say here in the pattern that this pattern is based on a Gothic romance novel published in 1794. Like I said, not one that I am familiar with. This is the pattern. It refers to Emily. I don't know who Emily is, but there we go. Maybe some of you do. So that is the pattern that's in this box. I believe, like all the patterns that come in these boxes, this will be exclusive to the Black Needle Society. So if it's something that you like, I'm sure you can go and hunt down a copy on their vault section of the website. The next thing I have is a hand-dyed piece of fabric and a battery that is about to die. I am going to cut out at some point and have to start with another battery, but let's keep going until it does. So this is from Lappin Loops, and it is a lovely red hand-dyed piece of even weave called Curtain Call. If I look at the back of my label, I have, yes, 32 count. 32 count. There is my fabric. Let's change my battery and continue, otherwise it's going to cut me off mid-sentence. And I'm back with a fresh battery and the third item from my Black Needle box. So my third item is this I Believe in Monsters, I Believe in Demons, I Believe in Curses mug. It's like a scorpion print on it with some roses dotted around. So that is item number 3. Item number 4 is this little notebook with sort of a hearts and flowers theme, but literal hearts rather than love heart shapes. And inside it is lined paper, just like a small thin notebook. The next item in my box is this vinyl sticker. Yeah, it's quite a, see from my hand, it's quite a big one. So I've got this nice sticker. Got this little black pouch, and inside this we have a little charm. And this is like a Gothic romance themed or inspired charm with the rose there, the little bird, but the very sort of dark black. It's got an attachment here at the top. So yeah, it can be turned into something. It's a little bit bigger than the kind of charms that I would like on a scissor fob, so I'm not sure what I will use that for, but that's a little charm. And the next thing is this set of gloves, which I have not tried on yet, so let's give them a whirl. I have tiny hands, so hopefully they're not going to be too baggy. There we go. I'm not going to put them both on, I'll put one on, but yes, got some lace gloves in this box, which was definitely unexpected. That one was definitely a surprise item. I never would have guessed. Got 3 lovely hand-dyed silk threads from the brand Stitche Me. And I do love these colours. Very beautiful. These are probably my favourite item in the box this month. Can never have too many pretty threads. Look at those. We have Mystery, which is the lovely, oh, if it'll stop swinging, the lovely purple colour. We've got Sanguine, which is the lovely deep red. And the last one is titled, to match the box, Gothic Romance, which is like a blend. It's like a blend of black, like a muted plum colour, and some bluey grey. Very pretty. So 3 lovely threads. Oops. And then we have a needle minder. So this needle minder does have a quote, but I'm not sure if you might struggle to read the quote when I hold it up. Depends how much the camera focuses. So it says, whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And that, oh, try not to cover the text. That is the needle minder that is in this box. And I think, is that everything? Have I missed anything? I think it's everything. Let's just consult the booklet to make sure I've not missed anything. So we've looked at the needle minder, the threads, the mug, the charm, the gloves, the vinyl sticker, the notebook, the fabric, and the pattern. Yes, so I have shown you everything. So guys, that is the Gothic Romance box from the Black Needle Society. I hope you've enjoyed the rest of my little Stitchy update. I've noticed, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little bit off camera, but I've got this behind me. Uh-oh, I dropped my pumpkin, oh dear. Look how cute is this. This is not stitching related, but I got this for the kids. And we have been tracking the days until Halloween. It's only like a little flimsy wood thing, but it's quite fun. So yes, days until Halloween, and then you can use this as a countdown as we get closer and closer by moving the pumpkin. But yeah, I love this. It's really cute. I just keep knocking my pumpkin off. But yeah, how cute is this? So I hope that everybody is getting excited for their spooky stitching. I've still not started a spooky project, and now that I've definitely committed to having a Christmassy start this coming weekend at the retreat, I'm not sure if I will do a spooky whip this year. I'm not a huge Halloween stitcher. I actually do find a lot of the patterns very appealing, but just because we're not a hugely Halloweeny household in terms of like we don't decorate and things like that for Halloween beyond doing a bit of pumpkin carving with the kids and maybe them having a few like little decorations in their room. Yes, we don't decorate our entire house or anything close to that. Yeah, so I think I limit my Halloween stitching, not because I don't enjoy the patterns, but because I'm really not sure what I would do if I had too many of them, and I tend to stitch things that are like cute Halloween rather than too scary. Yeah, so it is a bit of a shame. I was hoping that I would start one this year. I was also hoping to start quite a few autumn projects this year. I had every intention of starting my mandala hedgehog from Malacca Designs. That was top of my list for an autumn new start. And I've just not done any of it. I've been so focused on finishes, and my finishes have ground to a bit of a halt, I think, because all my projects, apart from a couple, like all the ones I've been working on, are fairly large and incomplete. So, yes, I'm not sure if I'm going to fit in any Halloween or any autumn stitching this year. I really don't know. I may just skip straight to my winter stitching, which seems to be where it's going with my Christmas new start. Anyway, I am babbling. I hope you are all well. I am hoping to have a really good weekend and hopefully lots of nice footage to share with you from the No-Ban retreat. We're going to be in a different room because we did receive an alert from Zarina, I think last night on Facebook, saying there's been a problem at the hotel and the room that we're usually in, we can no longer be in. So they're moving us. So that's going to be interesting. I'm just grateful the retreat is still happening. And apparently the room that we're moving into is going to be more than fine. But it's just going to be odd because I've been to that hotel so many times now, to so many retreats, and I'm sure it's the same for everyone else that goes to the Northampton retreats. Like, we're all very accustomed to where we are and where the room is, and yeah, like you just know your way around. So it's almost going to feel like a new retreat with the fact that they're moving us to an unknown location that we've not been to before in the hotel. I believe we're going to be in a room that's usually hosting weddings. So yes, I'm sure it'll be lovely, but it'll just be different. It will be a change of scenery. That being said, like I said, I will take some footage, so hopefully I can share it with you all. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.